Hello. It's another day here on base in my lovely room where I've waken up over 250 times already. It's still the same, more or less. I don't know if I talked about this yet, but my stay here has been extended by at least a month. So I was hoping to leave beginning of December. It's now beginning of November. So I thought I would be leaving in a month. But I have a follow-on course to the course I'm taking right now. And you never know if there might be a wait time between completing the one and starting the next. So I might be here till middle of January, something like that. It's hard to tell exactly. But I know these things happen. I think it's common also later in your career if you're on a ship. You are going to get your deployments extended. So it's really something to get used to. And I don't take it in a bad way. I mean, there's always something to gain out of a thing. But it definitely made me change a couple of thoughts that I had or things I planned to do. So I was going to sell my motorcycle today, actually. But since I'll be staying here for longer, even though I'm going to be here in the winter, I rethought that decision because if I don't have a vehicle here, I'm going to go crazy. I've spent the last 3 or 4 weeks basically without leaving base. And it wasn't so bad. I did get out a little bit. And I focused more on the people around here and the person I was seeing for a while. And the interpersonal relationships also really affect me strongly. So the thing with the girl I was seeing who I had feelings for ended up not working out, or I put an end to things because it was headed in a direction that I thought wasn't good, where I thought we were both damaging each other more than anything else. And it's hard to tell if it was the right thing to do. And there's always mixed feelings coming with it for me. So in a way, I'm glad I made a decision and I acted upon my thoughts and concerns that I had. And on the other side, there's a thought of could it have gone any differently? What if I did it in a different way? And there's always the hope or the thought that it might have been better to do it in the way that I didn't decide to do it. But that's for nobody to tell, really. That's speculation. What I can do is, however, is adjusting my behavior right now, following it. And it definitely had an impact on me. So it kind of slammed the brakes in a sense. So I feel like I have to be more careful and treat things with a little more caution. Not because I feel like I overdid it, but if I overdid it anymore from now on, it would cause damage to me or to others. So I'm trying to slow down just a little bit and maybe work my way up to the pace I've been going before, slowly, and just be careful about or conscious about what happens, what goes on in my mind, how people around me are feeling about it. And until now, honestly, I think I've been doing a good job. And I'm happy with myself in a lot of ways. I think things are turning out well, even though there's conflict. But I'm not running away from it, and I'm also not forcing it. So in a way, that's pretty good. And right now, I got a little bit of time to kill before I have my volunteer shift at the USO. And I'm just gonna drive out, take a walk somewhere, fly my drone. Kind of revert back to what I was doing. I've been taking a little bit of a break. But things must go on. I can't suddenly change, of course I could, but I don't want to change everything. And I am stuck in this location in a way. So I might as well make the most of it. Your first ride ever. You gonna survive?
I better.
Yeah. Maybe you will. Let's see.
Come on. Good to go? Let's go.
And this is so nice. Imagine you had a boat. Then on the weekend when you're bored, you can just sail somewhere. Damn, what a house.
You saying that, like, you know, the probably going to be one contract
Yeah.
are like the people who, you know, like, typically stay for longer, and the people who say, oh, I'm going to be here until my 20. Like, yeah, you're going to get all these benefits. You're gonna
Ich zerbreche meinen Kopf, ich glaub ich bin gefloppt. Ich hab keinen Drive und meine Follower gehen down. Ich hab Angst vor der Zukunft und was sie mit sich bringt. Ich will im Erdboden versinken, so dass keiner mich mehr sieht. Ich derealisiere und verliere meinen Verstand. Ich brauche eine Pause, doch das wäre zu riskant. Ich muss jeden Tag hustlen oder ich lande auf der Straße. Und so mal zu verenden wäre in meinem Fall nur Blamage. Ich hab immer durchgehalten und die Zeiten wurden besser. Doch seit circa einem Jahr hat sich alles nur verschlechtert. Ich schaue in den Spiegel und ich finde mich einfach hässlich. Ich finde keine Schönheit und ich mache keine Selfies. Ich poste keine Stories, vielleicht wäre das die Lösung. Dann würden Leute liken und ich würde mich wieder mögen. So läuft das Leben halt. Allerbesten Dank. Es ist 2023, Social Media macht krank. Fuck it. Yeah. Ich glaub nicht mehr an mich selbst, meine Freunde glaub ich auch. Sie hören meine Skizzen und sie sagen, ruh dich aus. Nimm mal ein bisschen Abstand, hörst dir später nochmal an. Channel deine Greatness und dann geh das nochmal an. Mann, ich hab es auch versucht, aber mehr krieg ich nicht hin. Ich glaube, mein Zenit ist schon lange überschritten. Ich bin wohl nur ein Rapper mit ein, zwei guten Songs und die waren nicht mal von mir. Ich war nur als Feature drauf. Ich will die Zeit zurückdrehen, als die Sache mir noch Spaß machte. Als ich morgens aufstand und den ganzen Tag lang Spaß hatte, ganzen Tag lang Songs machen, ganzen Tag lang Beats machen, ab und zu nach Köln fahren, Mucke da mit Team machen, trinken auf den Uniwiesen, Kummersuff mit Lando. Ich weiß nicht mal wieso, doch mein Leben nahm ne Wendung. Ich bin unendlich depressiv und ich komm da nicht mehr raus. Leute hören diese Songs und sie schreiben mir dann: Wow, das hast du gut gemacht. Hä, danke, vielen Dank. Wenn diese Leute wüssten, diese Scheiße macht mich krank. Für wen mache ich die Songs? Nicht mal für mich selbst. Ich hab nicht mal einen Song, der mir selber noch gefällt. Aber ich kann auch nicht ohne. Kunst ist meine Droge. Das klingt ein bisschen corny, doch was anderes wäre gelogen. Wenn ich die Songs nicht machen würde, ich glaub, ich würde dann sterben. Die brechen mir die Seele, aber holen mich auf die Erde. Hör dir die Sachen an.
I'm gonna need a rating out of 10 for Freeline Uber. What do you give me?
Is a 9.7 generous enough?
That's crazy good. It's the best rating I've gotten so far. Well, that was very fun and successful. Now I'm almost late to my little USO volunteer shift. I'm gonna sit down and cut these videos. How fun. Yay! Maybe I'll film something. It's time for a nighttime joyride. Going nowhere.
You're welcome. I got you right here. Where are you going?
What's up, Freeline? As a watch stander, I'm very excited to be standing this watch, the 18 to 22 watch. It's not bad. I like it. Doesn't keep me up late. I get to go to bed at a decent time, so I'm happy to do it. Happy to serve my country.
Don't put me in your fuck ass video. I hate this fucking watch. I hate being in the military. Not actually, I love being in the military. Pissing me off. Pissing me off.
Seaman Apprentice Freeline respectfully request permission to go ashore.
Go short eye. The exposure on it, okay. Picture is freaking wild.
Guess I know there's too much headspace.
That's a hit on the rubric.
Meine Nachrichten bleiben ungelesen. Ich glaub, du hast wieder eine Scheißwoche. Ich frag mich, ob ich's besser oder schlechter mach, wenn ich vorbeikomme. Ich kenn diesen Abgrund ein bisschen. Stand mal am Rand und hab reingeschaut. Doch ich hab nicht den Hauch einer Ahnung, wie das ist in deiner Haut. Fakten und Argumente sind nicht immer die Basis. Dass wir deine Monster nicht sehen können, heißt nicht, dass sie nicht da sind. Manchmal jung und dynamisch, aber manchmal geht gar nichts. Manchmal ist Panik, manchmal ist Panik. Dein Kopf hat dir den Krieg erklärt. Du kannst die Schlacht gewinnen. Doch es gibt keinen Frieden mehr, mein Bruder hat ein Loch im Herz. Er kann das alles nicht so fühlen, mein Bruder hat ein Loch im Herz. All eure Farben bleiben trüb, mein Bruder hat ein Loch im Herz. Mein Bruder hat ein Loch im Herz. Ich kann's dir nicht abnehmen, wenn es wiederkommt, bist du alleine damit. Du kannst mir nicht hören, bist gerade verhindert, darum schreibe ich für dich. Ich wollte dir nur sagen, ich lieb dich. Und wenn es heute nicht geht, dann machen wir morgen weiter. Morgen geht's weiter, versprochen, okay? Okay. Verwechselt es nicht mit Schwäche. Barfuß durch die Hölle, du bist der stärkste Mann, den ich kenne. 200.000 Tonnen, die auf deinen Schultern liegen und dich runterziehen. Was für Blei an deinen Füßen, du kannst fliegen. Ey, ich seh das Feuer noch in deinen Augen glitzern. Wir haben Mac Miller gefühlt, als würde er bei uns im Auto sitzen. Die Nächte lang, als würden wir nie wieder nach Hause müssen. Ich warte hier, wann immer deine Downs dich küssen. Und wir haben deinem Kopf den Krieg erklärt. Er kann die Schlacht gewinnen. Doch es gibt keinen Frieden mehr, mein Bruder hat ein Loch im Herz. Er kann das alles nicht so fühlen, mein Bruder hat ein Loch im Herz. All eure Farben bleiben trüb, mein Bruder hat ein Loch im Herz. Yeah. Mein Bruder hat ein Loch im Herz.
There's no light on my face. Now there is. So that was my little Baltimore adventure. It was cut a little short because my friends thought they could stay out all night, but they couldn't. So they have a curfew at 12, and it's about to be 12. It's getting really cold. I don't know how cold it can get, and I can still ride. I think I'm gonna have to test that out over the next weeks. But yeah, I flew my drone in Baltimore near the harbor, and that stuff looked kind of dystopian and fascinating. I really liked it. Now I'm gonna go back to my boring little room. Probably go to sleep. Nothing special, sadly. I hate this part. Okay, so here we go again. Another page in the comic book. I'm starting my timer. Half an hour at least. Preferably a little more. But oh, it coincides with my laundry. That's funny. Either way, let's get started. So what has happened right now is Chi-Chi, my main character, the guy with the rice farmer hat, met this frog. And the frog is a servant to the devil, basically, because the devil got fed up by his mischievous acts against him. And now, in exchange for helping out the frog, Chi-Chi will get help from him to try to escape hell. Right now I'm just trying to add some detail to this little drawing. What I'm trying to depict is a lair or some kind of place where the devil usually resides, wherever this office that I drew is gonna be, or he's just hanging out in his chair eating a sandwich. And if the frog should do anything to free the child that is being held more or less hostage in a cage, this alarm will go off. And right now what is happening is, with the contraption that the frog built, Chi-Chi is gonna fly over there and cause some ruckus, all just to briefly distract anyone from that he's trying to rescue the child. This contraption that I'm drawing, which is more or less a jetpack, is something that I've actually been, that I made up when I was a child. Let's say I was 7 or 8 years old. I think it must have been around that age. When I was on long car rides with my parents, or in general just on vacation, and I would get bored with what we did, my fantasy always ran wild. Like, I would always imagine all these awesome things that I would be doing, these adventures I'd be going on. And part of it was always me imagining that I was flying around anywhere I want to go with my personal little jetpack. And it looked about like this. It also had like a screen that would pop out like this. Maybe some type of navigation or like communication system. And I always imagined that I would fly around and give these other people one of these jetpacks as well. And then me and my friends would just fly around and live amazing lives. And the more I return to these, the more I try to visualize and draw out these concepts, these ideas that have been sitting in my head for decades now. The more actually surface, and I feel kind of connected to myself in those times, and it helps piecing me together in a way. So it kind of relates to the whole experience of having moved to the United States, because all of this is also part of remembering, right? So all of my memories in this country are very, very distant and blurry because I was so young when we left. But nevertheless, those really early memories have a big impact on you. Like, I feel like they really matter in the way that they take part in shaping who you are, and everything you are kind of builds upon those experiences. So the more I'm here, the more I experience and the more I connect back to that time and feel more natural in being here, the more whole I feel. And that's a pretty unique experience that can't really be replaced. And it's definitely what keeps me going a lot and makes me proud of myself. So now comes a pretty easy part, which I enjoy because I don't have to be creative for a second, because it's just busy work. So this sketch needs to be transformed into a ink drawing, right? So I have to commit to all these lines. And the first step is to draw out the grids that I've set. So I have different pens, different sizes, and everyone has their specific use. So this one I use for the borders. It's thick enough that it gives me enough room to fill out things with the marker later, which is a little less accurate. This is kind of when it starts coming alive to me. And for every page, I run through the same process. And it takes very long sometimes.
problems. I have an addiction. Y'all Tanner?
Sandoval. Santoni. Samuel.
Present.
Taylor. Sophie.
And you'll be shadowing, so you don't have to do too much.
You all have the boot polish covers.
I go running through the thicket. I go cast through the thorns, just holding for the rain. Though it ain't me, shh. Hold me close, my dear.
Be quiet now.
Say your whispering song,
Be quiet.
softly and quiet.
Maybe I'll wait till. My name is Seaman Recruit Ren Gonzalez.
What is your greatest achievement in life?
My greatest achievement in life. I don't know, like how you would classify that under, because there's a lot of like little things under different brackets that I'm proud of. Like I'm proud of my wrestling career, of getting as far as I did, and of going back and trying to help them, and my girls going to get further in their career. But I'm also really proud of my decision to join this, because it was abandoning a very loving home and a lot of loving friends. Good thing I had solidified there for a bigger cause. So I think that might be my proudest achievement, is getting myself uncomfortable again for something that's better for my future.
What has been your lowest point in life?
Oh. High school, I think, because like my later years in high school. And no, my early ones, because in middle school, like my whole identity and stuff, I was at my peak. I was comfortable in who I was, and like I had friends that accepted me. And then going into high school, a bigger Shark Tank, and I knew who I was, and the people I knew who I was, but somewhere that got lost in translation, and I was just some kind of phony lesbian, and that, I don't know, continuously getting misidentified when I've already like put so much effort into showing who I am and telling people who I am and what I am. For that just to all get erased, that was a pretty low point, and I just like I didn't have the energy to fight for myself and my representation again, so I just let it all fly past me, and it hurt, but it would have hurt more trying to be like, no, this is who I am every day. So I think that was a low point for me. And that's when I developed my eating disorder too.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I love a lot of things. I love a lot of people. I'm so full of love, and I want to share it, but people take my love, and they just. But my big first love, high school. It's a little grimy rock star. I think about him every day still. He had such a big impact on me, and I believe I had a big impact on him. I still talk to him, but his girlfriend gets in the way. Yeah, I never felt seen like I had with him. Like, because going back to the whole gender thing, like I feel unlovable almost, because most people will see me as like a lesbian or just as a chick when I want to be seen the way I do. And so like the people I want to see me like that don't, and then the people who I don't want to see me like that do. But I finally found someone that saw me for who I was and loved me unconditionally for that, and wasn't afraid to tell people, no, you're wrong for how you treat them, for me. And so having an advocate like that was something pretty awesome. It was a lot of firsts. It was a lot of exploring, and I felt safe exploring with them. And I think that's real love.
Are there things that you're scared of?
Oh yeah, I'm scared of being alone, of abandonment, of liars, of being lied to. I try to be very trusting, but I have to stay on my guard because there seems to be a lot of snakes the more you pull back the weeds. My biggest fear is the deception, loneliness.
What kind of deception?
It's being lied to, being told wrong things. Because I joined to know and discover truth. That's been my biggest moral thing above all is truth, and not being my truth being misconstrued or the truth being misconstrued. It's it fucks with me, and I don't know what to believe.
Do you have a goal in life?
Oh yeah, I plan to. My end goal is to retire in Italy and start up a nightclub, bar, restaurant.
What kind?
It's gonna be Roman, artifact themed, whatever. It's gonna have fucking the pillars. It's gonna have mosaics on the wall. It's gonna have live bands. It's gonna have upstairs areas, smoking lounge. It's gonna serve basic Florentine food during the day, and then it's fucking dirtbag bar at night. All the little horrible creatures come out. And be a safe space for them.
What makes you happy in life?
Life makes me happy. I like living. I like seeing other people living. I like doing things. I think everything is full of happiness. I think everything has the capacity to be happy. You just gotta open your eyes and look for it. Then it shares some of its wonderful light with you. That's what makes me happy. In this life and living.
Are you happy?
I think I am. I believe I am. I get sad sometimes, but I can be sad and happy at the same time for different reasons. Everything doesn't have to be happy all the time.
What inspires you?
Others. I like seeing what others are doing, and I believe it's a very pushing factor to get me to want to do better for myself. And comparing myself to others. They often say comparison is the thief of joy, but I think for me it strives to make me want to do better so that I can be the best. So I can be better than them. But, my parents too. My parents work really hard. They work a lot. And I strive to be as hardworking as them.
Do you have another example?
Another example?
Someone or something?
My older sister, she went through a lot of shit because mom's first kid, a baby raising a baby, a teenager raising a baby, and so it was hard for them. And she had a really rocky path that she chose for herself, but she showed me that no matter how hard you fall, how often you fall, how much shit you have to take, you can still have what you want if you continue to work for it. If you just continue to try to do better for yourself and for those around you. Which is a really big role model.
How do you feel about being here?
Being here in beautiful Maryland or in the Navy?
Specifically the detachment.
The detachment? I hear mixed reviews currently. I enjoy it because my earlier statement about finding happiness in everything, I really enjoy the community here. It's I'm forced to have friends, and that's nice because I struggle making friends. But there's definitely some characters in here that I would rather not be, that definitely tank the mood of the overall debt and they make it seem like it's their mission to make everything harder for everyone else. They just want to drag people down. And I don't fuck with that, and so I don't fuck with them. So they make the debt feel a little bit toxic. But I gotta say that's really the only thing I like about it. I like the structure. I feel like we do have a lot of leniency here. Yeah, we have a good time still.
Do you feel like perhaps the people that do mess up and pull others down, that they don't know any better?
No, they do. They know what they're doing and they just don't care. I was having a conversation with someone else and they had actually like talked to one of the people and she was getting their perspective on it. He was like, yeah, I know what I'm doing is wrong, but like I just don't care. I couldn't care less about the consequences. Like I know what the repercussions are and it's gonna be bad for me, but I'd rather do my own thing. I think it's something to do with like not liking authority, not liking people telling them what to do, that causes people to lash out like that, to do things when they know that there's going to be consequences. They just don't care. They don't care who gets dragged down with them. So, lack of empathy is something, that's a quality that they have. Lack of good character.
Do you have an outlook on the rest of your time here?
That was good. I hope I have fun. I hope I stay out of trouble. There's definitely been like tempting things to do that are bad, but I've been pretty good about being safe and being resistant to those unsat things. So I just hope to have a good time and come out with a very pretty brag sheet. Hopefully some rank. Hopefully some good life skills and friends. I want to make the most out of this experience. Besides just partying.